Leroy. It's been more than a decade since leaping Leroy Loggins was the pride of the Brisbane Bullets during their heyday. But as I discovered, Leroy Loggins has not been idle and is still holding court to help others.
Make sure you guys jog across, jog across.
Even standing still, leaping Leroy Loggins commands attention. Slow draw, quick wit and imposing height.
Perfect. I am exactly 196 centimetres.
I thought he was so cool.
Did you know much about him before he came to the school?
No, I didn't even know him.
In fact, some of the students here at Glenala High School at Glenala weren't even born when Leroy was Brisbane's, if not Australia's, basketball superstar.
Yeah! Squish.
Known or not, to all of these kids on the court and in the classroom, he's a champion.
He inspired us all to come to school and learn more about it. Our attendance rates have gone up.
I'm really nervous speaking in front of a lot of people, and he told me it's okay and told me about his experiences.
These kids would have a lot more in common with you than probably what they realise.
Oh yes, living in a low socioeconomic area, I grew up in that kind of environment, and a lot of drugs, crime, etc.
Born and raised in the ghettos of Baltimore, Leroy grew up in a swirl of domestic violence, alcoholism and unemployment.
Basketball saved my life, actually. I was a young juvenile delinquent, stealing cars, getting into all kind of trouble.
He came to Australia with just $20, expecting to stay a few months. His career as a bullet lasted 20 years.
Boom, 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 where are the bullets? We're gonna shoot you down.
So big was his star and the sport, Leroy even had a spot on Channel 7 News.
And lift your game, child. Okay, Mom, I'll do my best.
It was 15 years, though, before his mum Shirley got to see his best, watching him play for the first time when the Bullets toured the US in the mid-90s.
Go, Leroy, go! I will do that goal!
Yeah, very fast. Finally got to see the flag, man.
She then watched him become legendary. 3 NBL championships, 2 with his beloved Bullets, 3 most valued players, over 14,000 points, Australian citizenship, the keys to the city, induction into the Australian Sporting Hall of Fame, and a statue outside Boondall Entertainment Centre.
Twisting, turning on Fitzsimmons, and
I've never played the game for accolades. I just gave it my heart and soul.
The same thing he's now doing for these kids. His Sporting Chances program, part of the Leroy Loggins Foundation, runs in 5 schools around Brisbane, focusing on numeracy, literacy and truancy. In Leroy's 3 years at Glenala, the attendance rate has gone up to 90% and it leads the nation in Australian and Torres Strait Islander NAPLAN results.
He's like another dad I didn't have, but he's always there for supporting us.
And he credits his mum Shirley, who sadly passed away last year, as his inspiration.
There used to be a homeless guy that walked up and down the street and people laughed and made fun of him. He didn't have any shoes, he didn't have any food. And one day my mom said, we're going to do something for this guy, and we got everything we could find in the house that we thought he could use, and we made him sandwiches and we gave it to him. And ever since, my mom did that kind gesture, I think it's rubbed off on me, and that's what I try to do.
Success with at-risk kids, he says, is just as rewarding as his basketball career. But there's one last hoop he wants to shoot for.
Hope one day we can put another team back in Brisbane. Never say never. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for your support today. I don't need a chair, man. I'm not that old. Yeah.
He may have aged a little, but he's still very cool, and I'm sure Leroy's not the only one hoping the Bullets can be revived. And there's